Computer. Lights.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. So, I am noticing a very strange thing about Winamp. It works because you can hear it playing music, but it won't bring up the panel. But I can load and play if I mouse over the thingy at the bottom of the screen. Weird. Okay, so today we are working on Earth Tau. We haven't done Earth Tau in a long time. And I can tell because they now have really complicated rules and regulations. So I'm like trying to figure it all out. Because, like, I think we need to. I don't know what a legless is, but we're past the legless. So, we're on there. They have like 12 steps. And now I'm trying to read them all. Step 1 is pick a card. Step 2 is write up. Okay, so we've got that. Step 3 is a concept. We will come up with a concept, or you can develop your own. You can submit a sketch, collage, or other forms of rough idea for approval. Missing the critical information, we'll get the PICE sent back for rework. Oh man, I got to help this guy. Wow. So there's a lot of steps in here. Like, they're going to redline every step. I mean, it's not a problem, but that's pretty detailed. So they're going to redline redline, for those of you who are not familiar, is when another artist goes in with a red pen and corrects your artwork. So we won't be able to finish this project today. There is no way, because it's got to go back for approval in Sketch. Well, that's all right. That's okay. That's okay. We can do this. We can do this time. So let's go on ahead and rotate the canvas 90 degrees. Let's get ourselves straightened out here. All right. The next thing is we have a generic page size going here. So, hey you, I'm stepping on your paw, you little pest. Aha! I found you over here too. You know that, like, I can lift this up, right? You know that, right? Okay. George has discovered the skirts down here, and he thinks that they're awesome to attack my feet. Because George is George. George is George. It's what George does. Kind of had an idea. They said they wanted an arms dealer. She's an arms dealer. So I thought it'd be kind of fun. Oh, I can't see anything if it's here. Gotta move it to here so I can see it. I thought it would be fun if and Earth Tower. It'd be fun if we did it at an angle. It was strange, like a really strange angle. It'd be cool, huh? These are the things that I think of. I need to get, though, a straight out design size for their cards. So we got to find ourselves something that gives us the dimensions. Excuse me. And here's the template. All right. And this was before their old cards were their new cards, but it still gives me the same altitude, which helps me a whole lot. Because otherwise I'm going to do this wrong. And I know it. They've gone to full bleed at this point. Good morning. You know what I thought? So you're right. That's good. I thought they had sort of offered the idea of her at like, yeah. So here's my thought. I put her here like so and give her a table like so. And they were saying something to the effect of like, here's a robotic arm, with guns attached to it. Something like that. Which I think would be funny. I get that. Now I carry with me at all times a micro whatever cloth I have it right behind the monitor here. Right? So she'd have to have some other kind of gun there and gun there sort of thing to kind of give us an idea that she's an arms dealer, That was my first thought on this one. Okay. What's up, George? You don't want to be on the show? Okay. I'm going to look at a couple of covers, get an idea. To give me just sort of an idea of what are we dealing with here. These are kind of classics. Okay. Let's look at some of the other instructions. Shoots cats of destruction. Did you ever see my hereish? That's all right. We do the best we can, my friend. I'm not worried. I already came up with that idea. The character Schrodinger's cat. They were for this particular game, in fact. All right. So let's get information about Dreadnought. Do you know what? Her quote says, to put it simply, you stand no chance against someone like Dr. Captain Man by yourself. You lack firepower, etc., etc. She sounds like she's wheeling and dealing. So this would be cool. I'm going to try something else. Try this. I'm going to do sort of a have her kind of here, kind of given the like a wheeling dealing sort of look, right? She's got one hand kind of up here, kind of doing this. Just thinking this through here, right? And here's where I have sort of this. I can actually push it down a little now like this. She's kind of doing the sort of thing like that. A mini chainsaw bayonet. Okay, I'm drawing the mini chainsaw bayonet. I'm just saying, like behind her, there should be some kind of shotgun with a mini chainsaw bayonet. There we go. That's what we're looking at, I think. I think that's what we're kind of looking at here. I'm going to try to find somebody who's got a similar pose out here. Let's see if I can't find a pose that works for this, because the entertainment value is high. Yeah, this is a close concept I'm kind of with here, like this. Not the smile, but that same sort of right? You know, what you need is, in fact, that's probably what I'm going to work with. Is from this point of view, I'm going to take our hand and do this. And say, you know, what you need. What you need. You. Big hand. There we go. Maybe. Okay, let's push in the details a little on this. Okay. Got a face right here. You've got a face. Mother is Bolivian. Father is Zambian. Bolivia and Zambia. Good heavens. I don't know if her weight is up on this shoulder. Maybe I don't want her pointing at you. Maybe, in fact, I think I want to. Good morning, Brent, says Donald, because I know you're listening and not reading as much. So figure I'll relay that for you. Go like this, and go like so. You know what? You know how people will do this thing? We'll do that. What do we do? Or we think we're funny. We're not funny. Okay. So you're going to put her hand on top of the device like this, and just have the fingers like this. They had a joke of which they were talking about she does cybernetic things as well. She does cybernetic dealings. So I'm going to give her this cybernetic arm. However, I feel like I have already screwed it up. So we're going to move it to here and tilt it like so. All right. I don't know if she'd have like the car salesman look. Right. I feel like she's an underground character. Like she's totally underground. So my feeling is that she's going to have let me tell you what you want to do. You want to buy my product. Let me tell you what products I'm going, as opposed to hi, give you my hand, shake my hand. I feel like she's more of that, I'm going to tell you what you want to buy. You want to buy my product sort of thing. So this is really like very intense. She's leaning forward and saying, you're going to buy this product, sort of thing. So that's the way I feel about her. I'm going ahead and give her sort of, let's put this arm in the correct location though. So like here. Yeah, that's that stern look. Put the fingers in the right place, because it would suck if you did not have, the right number of fingers here. There we go. And we're going to put this shoulder forward, this shoulder back, because that's the way it happens whenever you lean in like this. You lean in, and this shoulder goes up, this shoulder goes down. So she's putting her hand on the thing and leaning in. And here is the edge of the table. Right. I'll have to put some kind of cannon on it. Otherwise, it's not funny, because then it doesn't make sense that she's an arms dealer. If you want to come visit, then come visit, George. Stop being a goofball. Yeah, there we go. You can go say hi to everybody. See everybody? They're all saying hi to you. Well, anyway, Donald's saying hi to you. Brent says hi too. Wouldn't that be fun? Some kind of sonic plasma bolt for the cat. Yeah. See? He says, hi, George. You can't read it because you're a cat. But, he does say it. And you are a beloved cat. Righty. You are sort of. There we go. Maybe give her arched eyebrows more like. She's an enemy after all, right? She's a bad guy. We likes bad guys. All right. All right. George is down there being goofy. Okay. Now looking at it from sort of the 10,000-foot view, we're going to bring her hair down. She's not from the 80s. Her hair shouldn't be that high. There we go. Right, a button. She needs a button right here. Let's do that. We'll go like this. You're right. We'll give her the rest of her collar here. And then right here. Give her a button and we'll do something funny with it when we get there. We'll get there. All right. No. Nope, she's in a suit. She's a suit. Right? Okay. So she's got cybernetic upgrades. The question is, how much do we care to have those cybernetic upgrades look on here? I think she would have really cool cufflinks too. Just saying, cufflinks are cool, man. There we go. So we'll make her sort of that kind of setup. There we go. Now we need to fix a few things. Like I can already tell her face is too big. Not, by a whole lot, but would be nice if it wasn't screwed up completely. But that's part of the reason why everything looks off to me. Have I mentioned boot? He's like, how did I not get under there? Right. I tell you. And then we're going to punch up this hand as it's closer. Like so. There we go. And this is usually why I do maquettes. That's all right. Skew. There we go. And fix a lot of this. And this way. Yep, there we go. Now I do still need to put her shoulder up, so it's more like this. There we go. Now her eyes are too close together. Ugh. Again, this is why I use my cats, guys. Arguably, this is a better picture in the end, but it's still aggravating to me. Okay, so she's the half-sister of Gun Show. And I did the Gun Show card, so let's take a look at Gun Show. Make sure they look similar. Okay. Yeah, whatever. So the Gun Show, we could give her the same kind of coloring. But she'd be lighter. Because I think her mom is Bolivian. Okay. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. New layer. Let's get in here with some blackish pin. Kind of work this deal here. Her colors are purple and orange. All right, well, whatever. So you can kind of see behind me, I've put skirts around all of my work benches so that you can't easily see what's under my workbench. George has decided that this is the coolest thing I have ever done. So he is right here at the skirt of this bench, right here, right by my foot, so that he can attack my toe all the time. That's his new thing. opening her eyes a little. He really is like the cat of destruction. Found his paws. Haha! I found your paws. I found your other paw. He's like, I shall now move on. He doesn't want to play today. Maybe I'll go ahead and balance. I was going to give her an unbalanced smile because it's funny. But the more unbalanced it looks, the weirder it looks. And I like to give her. Now I'm actually kind of liking the untrustworthy smile. She's an arms dealer. All right. See, I knew you'd get to that point at some point, you little goof. She also has a cybernetic eye. Bork. Bork. Because there's a lot of approval process on this, I'm not going to go very detailed on this. I'm just going to clean it up so that it's not goofy and weird. Because like it's hard to read my sketch underneath here as to what I'm after and what I'm doing. So I want to make sure that all the little in jokes are in. Hey, I said the same thing to the kiddo. Don't tear that up. Okay. And yeah, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with her finger. We'll give you that idea. Good heavens. All right, put this here. Yeah, that's not scary. Did you just make her cufflinks radioactive? Nah. Right? George needs to get a little older. He's getting older. He's starting to calm down a little. He just needs to get a little older. That's all. That's all. Put all right. Dang it. I can make that. I can make. Oh, come on. There we go. Now, now we're getting there. The Google Drive wishes for me to now sign in. I'm not. I mean, doesn't she look a little crazy? She looks a little crazy. I like it. There we go. Just get this little more around her head there. have to go in there and fix it in a bit. But looking at it straight up, it doesn't look bad. Okay. Maybe. Anyway, I don't know. I'll probably do. I mean, this is. This is going to be sort of my digital sketch anyway. I probably will go back through and redo the entire thing at some point if they approve this. There you go. I feel like the tips should be like flattened out here. There we go. Like that, like she's pressing down just a little bit on it, putting weight on this. I'm going to go ahead and bring this tip up like so. Go back through and just erase. This tip is twisted and doesn't need to be that twisted. There. Bang. Down like that. Pressing down on this sounds like a thing. There we go. Give it some pressure there. So that hand is pushing down. You really want to show that. Oh man, we're going to open up another one because there's a symbol they use, which I think is it in the combat drone? It might be. There's a symbol they use for this symbol. So we're going to use that symbol. I'm going to put it right here. I need to remember it though. As we've already forgotten it as we draw. Not the first time. Not my first forgetting rodeo. Alright. The cards are very much a bunch of inside jokes. So there's always inside jokes on here. So the more inside jokes I can put, the better we are. There we go. There we go. I'm just cleaning it up. I love how sinister this particular logo looks. Props to Jared on this. This is a sinister looking logo. I've always liked it. Okay. Let's get this arm in. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. So I'm just adding in here details to this arm. I'll probably go back and redraw it at some point, obviously, but for right now, this works just fine.
It's time to take a quick break.
All right. Time for us to break for just a minute. Doodly-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, first things first, though, let's save this so that we don't lose it. I've actually had her in my shop a couple of times. There we go. RGB is fine. Okay. Oh my goodness. See, now we can kind of wander around. We can walk a little, and we can kind of. This is great because you can scroll this forward. I still look washed out. I should probably close this a little more. I'm not quite as washed out. Let the lights here do their job and fix stuff. I managed to. There we go. There. More light. I'm going to fix all the light coding back here too. Like these lights here kind of need to be changed and stuff like that. But for the most part, pretty happy about this. I can be all the way across here on the other side of the office. I'll still be able to, do work here. You guys can see that from over there, or I'm going to put the camera is actually still on the light here. So that's always a good thing. So we'll get there. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I put my communicator right here now, so reminds me of Star Trek all the time. Like I need reminding of Star Trek, but it's a ting. All right. There we go. Kind of like putting the table back here a little. And in fact, the more I think about this, the more I think it'd be kind of cool if her head was tilted slightly. Right? Something more like that. Like she's convincing you. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to do something. We're going to do this, and that's why. Boy. Her face is completely not balanced, which does not help us at all. Not at all. You can't see it till you did what I just did. I could sense it. Okay, we're going to do this. There we go. It's amazing how little things like that make such a big difference. Okay, so what we're also going to do is duplicate this layer so that when we ruin it, we don't totally, ruin it. Turn off this layer because we've messed this up enough now that I'm actually somewhat aggravated with it. So we're going to do this. Then we're going to do this. There. And that's what we really wanted. And it's irritating that it took this much effort to get to here. But we got here. All right. The flip function that we just did is something that every artist really should be prepared to do because we get settled in on what something looks like in our head, and then it doesn't match anymore. Speaking of doesn't match. Okay. There. Now we're back to where we were. There. Now look at it from range. Yeah, good. Her eyes won't be as weird once we are done. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay. So we're back here at this point. And move closer here. I think now I can actually kind of give her a little bit of that crooked smile I was looking at before. Take that stress line out a little bit there. Now what we'll do, go back in here like so. All right, like that. There we go. I think this is what I'm looking for. Because that's not creepy. Actually, looks kind of cool. That's not creepy. Oh, actually, looks kind of cool. Now she looks pretty kick butt. Well, welcome home for welcome to lunch. I don't know. I'm coming up with, I don't know where I am. I'm just here. Okay. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I feel like I want to extend out this arm. So we're going to do this and this. There we go. There we go. Okay. Cleaning this line up a little right here. And one of the sayings we have on the show, one line can make all the difference. All right. There we go. Was I not like an absolute black before? That's weird. That's just weird. Give her some shape through here. There we go. Much better. Considering where we started, I'm pretty happy with this. All right, let's get the rest of that arm in. Otherwise, how do we know she's an arms dealer? So Springs Day would have been yesterday, but we were cleaning the office. But hey, look at the office, right? I can like totally back up all the way across my office and like be way over here, which I think was way cool. Right? My art desk right here. I can walk this way. I can walk this. I can talk this way. Walk this way. Talk this way. Just give me a kiss. Maybe not. Okay, so Springs Day will have to be next Monday. I didn't expect to put 53 springs out when I started this out. I figured there would be only a certain number of springs I'd be able to accomplish in the year. So I always have Space the Final Frontier. I mean, let's be realistic. That always goes through my mind. When is that not in my mind? But not only do I have lots of space, but I've got, I mean, the center section of this office is wide open now. I've literally got 11 or 12 feet between here and there, which means that I can, now I can have four of us up here. I've got a card table. I can put the card table out right in the middle here, and four of us can sit around it now and play Attack Wing in the middle of the office. It's kind of cool. So, still a thing that's kind of fun. So, there's always, and that's the thing, right? Right over there is my 3D printer. And the guy that I've been following on Facebook, there's a group that I got into called Star Trek Tactical Simulator. It's based off of, the group came from this game, right? So this is the game that the group is sort of referring to. And it's an old FASA game from 100 zillion quadrillion years ago, from the 80s. But it's pretty kick butt, and I like it. And what they're doing is the guys that are in there are making STL models of all of the old minis, the FASA minis that came out a long time ago. And those FASA minis are, I mean, first of all, some of them were made of lead, I think. So, didn't want to get involved in that. But more importantly, they were they're way out of print now. So many of them got bent or whatever over the years. So like all of these ships that as a kid I wanted to get, because I wanted those minis so bad as a kid. And did you just disconnect? No, you didn't. Okay, something disconnected. But I wanted those minis so very bad as a kid. And I think I see where. Aha! I found you. I just found Winamp. It's hiding over in the corner. Winamp's on the wrong monitor. That's what's going on. Not sure what you mean by that, but I have a feeling you're trying to make me feel old. Or just prove that I'm sucky at math, which we all know. So, I know that somebody had put out there a while back that we are just as far from 1980 as World War II was from 1980. And that was disturbing. Because that is true. It's like a gorilla arm. That's all right. I feel... Oh, gotcha. I see what you're saying. We old. All right, I'll just make it look a little interesting. Give it a little bit of, like, it has a sort of some kind of definition. There we go. Which is, you put something like that in there, 79 to 2000 is 21 years. 2021 to 2000 is 21 years. And it seems like so much stuff happened between 1980 for me, let's say, when I just went to Glenwood Springs on the train on the Amtrak and got so badly sunburned. From that to 2000, where quite literally living on my own, that was my, in 1980, that trip to Glenwood Springs would have been my third grade trip. So we went to Glenwood Springs on this third grade trip. And, it was like, so that's third grade to 2000, where I'm living on my own. We're all playing, StarCraft, trying to kill each other like civilized people over the Y2K bug, waiting for all of our computers to completely wig out, but they didn't, and nothing happened. But we totally were going to stick it in the face of those computers. So we were all absolutely linked together on a network. We had the network running hot and everything. And it's like, everything like that. So we think about from Glenwood Springs in my head to Y2K bug. That seems like everything happened there. Like so much stuff, so much of my life occurred there. 2000 to today, I went to Japan. You know what I mean? Like that was a big deal. It was a major impact in my life, certainly. But doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel like it's so long. I mean, it's like that doesn't feel like a thing. I'm going to just extend her arm out a little bit more right there. There we go. That's what I'm looking for right here. Right? I mean, like in 1980, I didn't know I was going to be an artist. I didn't even know what I was going to do with my world. We were listening to the Grease soundtrack and dancing in third grade class. It was like a thing we did. We lived in the temps. Right? And I'm going to actually erase that because that just is confusing me. You weren't even born yet. But then we get to 2000. I'm 28 years old. I'm almost 30 at this point. You know what I mean? I'm like, and now we look at it and I'm pushing 50. I'm clearly an artist. That's like apparently what I'm supposed to do with my world. Who knew? I certainly didn't. So, let's put that background back because we need the guns now. We'll go in here. I love his sawed-off shotgun concept with chainsaw. And I need to make it sure that it looks like a shotgun of some sort. But the chainsaw bayonet is just golden. It is comedy gold, my friend. I always think about these things. Yep, Grease Lightning, man. Well, and in 1980, Grease had been out for all of 2 years. So us having the record of it and all of us, playing that record over and over and over totally made sense. Now you're like, what's your problem, dude? Yeah, what did we know? The thing I didn't actually know that would also be a thing that connected me to my wife later on in life, because she and I are both major fans of musicals. That's musicals and stage play and stuff like that. We are epic fans of that. So who knew? Of course, I didn't know her at all in third grade. But when I was in third grade, she was 2. So there's that. It does make me feel old whenever I say that. Not as weird now because, of course, she's in her 40s and I'm in my 40s. But she's 42 and I'm 49. So, yeah, I think a lot of people think about that. About whether if they had stayed in service. Although, my best bud, I mention him a lot, but he is still in service today, and all they've managed to do was convince him to stay another 4 or 5 years over and over and over, even though they keep deploying him to Afghanistan and Iraq and all kinds of stuff. And he's now an officer. So all you'd really have ended up doing is being an officer, and you know it. And who wants to do that? Right? And you wouldn't be here. There we go. The chainsaw bayonet, guys. Donald's brilliant addition to this picture. I just love the idea. Clack, clack, floom. I don't even know what to think about that. Yeah. when they approve this picture, I'll clean it up. But for right now, it just needs to look sort of like the gun so that you can see that she has guns behind her. Kind of like the posts that look kind of like it's giving you the middle finger. You know, that kind of stuff. Oh, I think they'll love the chainsaw bayonet. I don't have any thoughts about that. But they've got the rules are very different now. As far as what they want to approve each step now, which I don't think will be an issue. But they want me to sketch and then they'll approve the sketch. Not a problem. Let's see if I can add anything else that would be funny. Because they're into their inside jokes. Let's see. Probably not combat drone. What about the exosuit, though? Let's look at the exosuit. Like, I definitely should add something like this. From the exosuit. Because it's funny to do inside jokes. I dig it. There we go. There we go. So we've added the arm from the exosuit up here. Actually, I'm going to put this on the outside. I like that his name was Tex with an extra X. There. I'll see you tomorrow, Brent. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. As usual, it's always good to see you. Always good to see you. I hope your work is good. I hope you do good work today. Here we go. There we go. That's looking a whole lot better. Okay, what other funny things can I add to the background? Because that's one of the things they absolutely adore. I don't think that. Oh, but we could put a rocket from the rocket plane in there. That'd be funny. Yeah, she just has ordnance, live ordnance behind her. That everybody knows that happens. Everybody has live ordnance on there. Live ordnance. I probably could tilt those a little bit more so they don't look like they're falling off, but that's all right. That's all good. We'll straighten them out. This is a sketch. It's not supposed to be perfect yet. That's another one of those I need to look from a distance to see if I've got that lined up correctly. And I don't. But now I do. There we go. Oh, we forgot her button. We can't forget her button. I don't know how much connection she'll have to her sister, but I'll add that in there because it's funny. You know what? We need a couple of more guns off this side or whatever, so it doesn't feel like her display. We're just adding extra weird weaponry because she should have like the strangest guns in the background. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. And not bad. I figure I'll keep going until we run out of time, which is in about 10 minutes. And then I'll turn this into them. There we go. Kind of liking it. Okay. Well, it looks good. I'm looking at all of the okay. I feel like we've got a lot of good in jokes going on here. The only thing that's really bothering me is those missiles are just not lined up. So, because those missiles are going to drive me crazy. All right, guys, everything must go like this. Mind you,
Give myself a bigger line. This is table. This is also the table, which means that all lines must go this way. Because I clearly have issues. That's all right. We'll get it. All right. Now, dang it. I just fixed that. You're like determined to just destroy the heck out of this. That's all good. You know what? I'm going to leave it for later. Definitely, this is a sketch. So, all right. There we go. Now everything's lined up roughly. Except that I screwed up. I'll just up here. We've got a few minutes. There we go. I like it. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. We can close rocket plane. We can close gun show. And this is just a blank illustration. We saved you, so let's save as. And real quickly save it as a JPEG. There we go. And then I will
Now that we've done this, we can save this guy. All right. Feel like we are getting to the end of our work line for today. So there we go. We did the beginnings of Dreadnought, the card. I think that's a good solid sketch. She looks like a good arms dealer. She's dealing in arms. And I put a whole bunch of inside jokes in here. So this should be good. I feel like this will be a good piece. So there we go. Now I'll send the sketch off to the guys. I need to open Outlook to do this. This could take a second. Okay. Go to the correct. Let me wait for everybody to get a little freaked out here. Okay. Archive. Dreadnought sketch. And I will copy Jared so that he is in it. And stuff, attach a file. This one. There we go. And send. Because the hope is that if I send that now, then we will be able. Oh, good. Hey, nice. If we send this right now, hopefully it'll come back to me before tonight with the changes that need to be made or whatever needs to happen to it or whatever. And we can get started on the next phase of it, which would be cleaning this up, cleaning the sketch up, making it nicer and neater, straightening up all the guns and things like that in the background. And, that kind of stuff. So there we go. So other than that, I think we're done. We're out. We're out. We're out. There we go. Off it goes. It's gone. It's traveling along the interwebs, even as we speak. So tomorrow is Watercolor Wednesday. Now, I am not 100% sure that we are going to be doing anything tomorrow. First of all, my new watercolor zone is not quite ready yet. It will be soon, but it's not ready yet. Second of all, we have about like 6.7 things that need to be done over here. 6.7 million things, no less. So there's that. Other thing is we could work over there, but we got a problem with this camera, which is this right here. And that's our issue with that camera, obviously. Until that camera's hooked up, there's nothing we can do. And I need a larger bit to mount it. It's going to be mounted right here. There's a block that's actually glued to that table, which has a hole drilled in it. But the drill needs to be about 1/8 of an inch larger in order for that post to go in. It used to have a clamp, but the clamp broke. And now I'm aggravated because the clamp was made of plastic. And I don't know why you would ever make a clamp plastic, since they all just seem to break. So at the moment, it just sits up there on the top of the table, not helping us any at all. But I'll go get a new drill bit today. That's actually part of what I got to go do is get a new drill bit. And we're going to go do that while I'm out today walking with my buddy. So thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate it as usual. And I'm going to head on out. And now I do like my new office. It's pretty cool. I need to change like the colors of these lights now, because these two lights now are the influence to this back wall, and they are not as colorful. These lights are all set for different colors, but you can't see them anymore because the camera has turned 90 degrees. So there's that. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, time for me to head off. Time for you to head off. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye. Computer, good night.